If you're struggling with the two-handed backhand, you're probably making one of these 5 critical mistakes that 90% of players make. Hi, it's Eric. I've been coaching for 13 years now and I'm a human movement scientist. Over the years, I've helped hundreds of players fix their backhands, from juniors to adults. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why your backhand isn't working, and more importantly, how to fix it. We'll cover the 5 science-backed fundamentals that actually matter, plus specific drills you can start practicing today to see immediate improvement. By the end of this video, you'll understand not just what to do, but why each step works. And I'll give the tips in the order of the execution of this stroke. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Tip 1 is about preparation. For an optimal double-handed backhand, you want to get ready before the bounce. That means on the moment you recognize the ball is coming on your backhand side, you want to turn 90 degrees. And don't just turn only your upper body. Move your body as a whole 90 degrees. Research shows that a balanced ready position and early shoulder rotation improve stroke performance. Most players underestimate the split step and how fast to turn, and that's why practice often fails. Before the shot that your opponent has hit will bounce, you have to be in the turned ready position. A drill you could do is start at the baseline, have a partner toss you a ball, and before that ball bounces, make the turn. We call this beating the bounce. Almost every player I've worked with notices instant improvement when preparing early. So make sure before the ball bounces to prepare well. Tip 2 is about the stance, aka how your feet are aligned. Now that you're preparing early, before the ball even bounces, the next critical piece is your footwork. Because even perfect preparation won't get your feet in the right spot. Most players step in automatically, thinking it's the proper technique for a double-handed backhand. And yes, it's true, when you have time, you want to be able to step in to generate maximum power. But forcing a step in can naturally throw off your timing. The less time you have, the more likely it is that you will be able to reach the ball with quality with an open stance. On the highest level, you see players like Sinner, Djokovic and Alcaraz do this all the time. So yes, if you have time, you want to make sure you can step in towards the ball. But if you have less time on a deeper or harder shot, the open stance can help you out. There is not one perfect stance. It depends on the situation and especially how much time you've got. One drill in which you can practice that open stance is have somebody hit a powerful shot to your backhand and just try to throw your outside foot to the outside part of the court. An important note here is that your feet should naturally flow over the court. I've seen so many players getting frustrated because they always think they need to step in towards the ball. On the moment they recognize the open stance is also an option, they let their feet dance way more naturally over the court. So try it out next time on court. Both stances are fine, it just depends on the situation. And now your feet are in place, let's get on with tip number 3. Tip 3 is about your non-dominant hand. For the sake of the example, I'll assume you're a right-handed player. Many players try to muscle the ball through with their dominant right hand, thinking that's how to generate power. But the result is inconsistent contact, a jerky swing, and frustration. There's a research from 2015 that showed that the non-dominant hand is crucial for torso rotation, racket control and stroke stability with a two-handed backhand. Without letting the left hand lead, players often lose precision and power. So here's one of my favorite drills. Try hitting a couple of forehands with left and have your hand on the top of your grip just like with a double-handed backhand. You can also, with 1 or 2 or 3 fingers, hold it with your right hand as long as the left hand does the majority of the power generation. And this tip links perfectly to tip number 2. Because if your feet are aligned properly, your left hand can fully exploit your body mechanics. This tip about the left hand can really be an eye-opener for some players. And that's a nice little bridge to tip number 4. And if you like this video so far and you think you're gonna try the tips out, be sure to give the video a like. It really helps the channel. And if you want more evidence-based tennis tips or a structured approach to tennis, make sure to subscribe. Let's get on with tip number 4. Tip number 4 is about keeping your eyes on the contact point. You've maybe experienced this before. You hit a shot and you directly look up to see if you made the shot. The quicker you look up from hitting the ball, the higher the chance you don't hit it clean. Most players think they're watching the ball, but on the moment of contact, their eyes already jump ahead. They're curious to see whether they made the shot. That tiny shift creates a lot of accuracy errors. You end up framing the ball or mistiming it, or at least not hitting it perfectly clean. And with clean, we mean hitting it in the exact center of our blade. This is where the science of the quali comes in. Research shows that elite level players from various sports like tennis, but also basketball or golf, all keep their gaze on the critical point of contact, even after the action is performed. So this is not about staring at the ball all the time. I made a video about that last week as well. It's about locking your eyes in on the ball at the right time and just holding it there for a bit longer than feels natural. You can try this out for yourself during a drill when you hit the ball to not directly look up to the shot you just made, but where the contact point was, which you just hit. Beware that at first this might feel strange, but very quickly you'll start hitting every double-handed backhand super clean. And that brings us to tip number 5, which is about the follow-through. This is where so many players overcomplicate things. They force their swing to eventually, after hitting, touch their back. To be transparent, I give this tip myself as well as a coach. Eventually, your body should understand that the follow-through is a natural consequence of what happened just before. Research shows that the beginning of the movement and the goal of the movement determines the end point of the movement. The end phase is just the natural result. In other words, don't try to finish the textbook end pose, which is indeed with two hands touching your back with high elbows. It's better to trust your preparation and finish naturally. A drill in which you can practice this naturally is to try and hit with power. If you hit with power, your follow-through will follow naturally. And that's the science-backed secret to a smooth, powerful and effortless double-handed backhand. So let's quickly recap the 5 science-backed fundamentals for a double-handed backhand. Number 1, early preparation. Number 2, natural footwork. Number 3, the left hand leads. Number 4, use the quiet eye. And number 5, follow through naturally. If you start practicing today with the drills shown in this video, I can guarantee you that you'll get a reliable and confident double-handed backhand. Comment below which tip is the biggest eye-opener for you, and I'd love to hear how it has changed your game. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and see you in the next one.